Hey everybody who's tuning in to check out basic training again, the video tutorial on gospelbasslines.com. Today we're going to be talking briefly about slap and pop. Some people call it thumping. And typically what it is we take our thumb and we come down across the strings like so. Now I'm muting the strings with my left hand so that they don't ring out, and I'm just coming down across the strings with my thumb. And this is typically done right here at the edge of the neck. And I'm taking this part of my thumb this way. This part of my thumb right here, this fatty part, I ain't got a lot of fat. I got a lot of bone right there. But typically that part is what you want to come down across the strings with. And we know some people, they'll slap back here and get a different tone. And some people will slap even further up the neck to get different tones. So you can play around with the exact positioning of where you're using your thumb to slap the strings. Another thing we want to keep in mind, when you first start doing this, you're going to build up some calluses right here. It's going to hurt a little bit. Not a whole lot of pain, but almost like a itching type pain as your thumb area gets used to slapping the strings. The second part of slapping and popping, of course, is if this is a slap, we have to incorporate the pop. And the pop is typically taking your index finger or your middle finger and pulling up on the string. You get it right up underneath the string here, and you just pluck away at it. Now, this doesn't take a whole lot of force. You want the amp to do a lot of the work. You don't want to, you see some people, they come way from downtown and slap across the string, but what happens is when you do that, you sacrifice a lot of accuracy. You tend to hit all the strings. Right now, you can't hear all the other strings ringing out because I'm muting them, but it takes a lot of practice to get to a point where you can just hit the string you want to hit and just let that string ring out. Another thing is your settings. You want to roll off of the bass a bit and boost the treble so that you can really get that growling type sound when you're slapping and popping. I don't know a whole lot of riffs. I've just been slapping and popping in a short amount of time, and again, this is my progression as a bass player, so this is what you're seeing. You're seeing it as I get it. So what we typically do is we typically slap the higher strings, the lower strings rather, and we pop the strings that make brighter sounds. And I've heard people say that think of the slap as the bass drum and the pluck or the pop as the treble. So with the hi-hat, this being the bass and that being the hi-hat, just mute the strings and just practice hitting the string that you want to hit. I'm not doing a very good job of muting them. Mute these strings. Okay, here we go. And typically when you see some of these awesome slap solos, they're just streaming together rudiments. So we really want to just learn the rudiments of slapping and popping, you know. want to stay in control of. So what you want to do is you want to practice slow. And as we get better, we speed up what we're doing. So then just begin to practice actually making notes after we practice with the muted. Begin to fret and try to fret like the major scale. Again, I'm still learning, so that sounds kind of sloppy, but you get the idea. Or even pentatonic scales. And then incorporate the popping into it. Hopefully the next time I come and do a lesson about slapping and popping, my technique will be a whole lot better. But again, it's fresh off the presses. As I learn it, I'm sharing it. So hopefully someone out there who hasn't experimented with slapping and popping yet, this will give you an idea or a heads up of how to do it. And those out there who are expert at slapping and popping, maybe you can chime in and give me some advice on how to do this thing. Like I said again, we're learning together. So I'm going to cut the video, I'm going to reset the camera, and we're going to move up to the fretting hand and see what the fretting hand is doing slapping and popping.